This episode is brought to you by Ulta Beauty. Holiday cheer is here, and Ulta Beauty has gifts for everyone on your list. Treat them to fan-favorite gift sets from Charlotte Tilbury and Peach and Lily. Go all out with timeless fragrances from YSL, Ariana Grande, and Carolina Herrera. And you can never go wrong with an Ulta Beauty gift card. Head to Ulta Beauty for gifts that make the holidays brighter and even more beautiful. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
Membership means more with American Express Business Gold. Earn 4 times membership rewards points in your top 2 eligible spending categories every month, including eligible U.S. advertising purchases and select media, and U.S. purchases at restaurants, including takeout and delivery. What are you waiting for? Get the card that flexes with your spending every month. Terms and points cap apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for this day.
Hello everybody, I'm Nicole Goodman.
And I'm Laura Mishkon, and welcome to Self-Care Club. We've got a very special guest in the studio today to talk about style, aging, confidence, and how to thrive as a midlife woman. Nicky Hambleton Jones is a globally recognised transformation expert, best known as the presenter of 10 Years Younger and her Drop a Decade segment on This Morning. With over 20 years of experience in personal image and confidence coaching, Nicky helps people, especially women over 50, reclaim their visibility, redefine their style, and step into the boldest version of themselves. She's the fashion director of Platinum Magazine and the author of 5 books on personal style and aging. Her latest book, Bolder, Not Older, is a powerful call to action for midlife women to stop fading and start thriving.
Nicky, welcome to Self-Care Club.
I feel very honoured to be here in person with you lovely ladies.
We're delighted to have you. We're going to do a bit of a cross-promotion thing here now. We're going to talk about 40ish for a second, which is our other podcast, because our listeners write into us on 40ish and give us their dilemmas. And a listener wrote in, a woman was she in her 50s?
Yes, her early 50s.
She was in her 50s, and she spoke about the feeling of being invisible.
Yeah.
And what she should do about it, and that she felt that she really made an effort with herself, but actually she just walks into a pub and she just feels like, because of her age, she just no longer has an impact when she walks into a room. And we thought it was a really interesting way to start this conversation.
Well, that's exactly what my book's about.
Amazing.
What's interesting, you say she makes a lot of effort, but what I find is that women self-consciously sabotage themselves in the midlife, in the sense that their confidence goes, their body shape changes, they get a little bit older, they feel older, and they naturally, subtly change what they wear, how they put themselves forward, and become a little bit more muted, a little bit more, I couldn't possibly wear that because I'll be judged. And slowly but surely their style just becomes quite drab. Mm-hmm. And so even though you're making an effort, which might be I'm putting my lipstick and my makeup on, but actually I'm going to wear something quite safe.
Yeah.
And then you go to the pub and no one looks in your direction because quite frankly, there's not a lot to look at. Mm-hmm. So actually it's not anything to do with your age. It's what you've self-consciously done through your style, through the image that you project to other people. And you have the power to change that. And if you want to walk into a pub and be noticed, wear something that's noticeable. And I'm not saying you have to, put something leery on or go totally ridiculous. But, I find color or a bold print or a bold color is the easiest way to stand out. Mm. And so, just have that mental check. It doesn't matter what age you are. When someone walks into a room in a bold color, you notice her. You remember them because actually everyone else is probably in the neutrals and the more muted tones. So my advice to her was amazing that you're making the effort, that you're putting in all that self-care, but have a look at your wardrobe and are you wearing enough color? Could you up-level that a bit? Could you, are you subconsciously thinking of toning it down every time you leave the house? What can you add to tone it up, to up-level your outfit?
I love that. And what would you say to women that don't feel comfortable wearing colour, or they just don't have the confidence yet to stand out? Like, how do we start that process to feel comfortable enough to be bold?
100%. Well, actually, I wrote my book, Bolder Not Older, as a 12-week program because change is a process. It's very hard for someone to flick that switch and go, okay, great, I'm going to wear top to toe red every day. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And actually, in the colour section, we start small. We start, everything's task-led. And it's like, okay, today we're going to be working on colour this week. And I want you to just go to your wardrobe and wear something that's colour. Now, I think people think, oh, I'm so scared of colour. And they're instantly thinking, bold, bright colors, right? But actually, you guys are wearing sort of pastel tones. It's still color.
I love
It's
colour.
still better than a neutral, right? So it doesn't have to be bold and bright. It's like, go to your wardrobe, get out something that's a color, any color, and just wear it with a neutral. Wear it with your jeans, wear it with a pair of black trousers, whatever you feel safe in, and just wear that for the day. And just note people's comments. I bet you just doing that, you get the, oh, actually, you're looking well.
Yeah.
You have been on holiday, you get a few, and that starts to make you think, well, actually, this is not bad. Then we move on to the next task, which is, all right, let's do a tonal outfit. Let's take that color. So say you've got the pastel blue on, Lauren, and let's mix that with, instead of, you've got your blue jeans. So, and technically, that is it's still blue, but different tones of blue together. That's a tonal outfit. All right, so that's still in a comfort zone. It's not out there, but it's not just putting a color with black or with beige or white or something. And then you can start playing with color blocks. It's just slowly, step by step building. Well, actually, do you have a few pastel tones in your wardrobe? So, for instance, Nicole, you've got that gorgeous sort of, it's almost like a pastel pinky, rose shade t-shirt. And I imagine that in a pair of trousers, and maybe we could wear Lauren's blue blouse with that. So you're putting two pastel shades together, but you're actually creating a bit of a color block, but it's not too out there, and slowly building it up. And then I say to people, well, if the thought of a color block's too much, could you put it with accessories? So for instance, if you're wearing, a pair of green trousers, could you wear some pink shoes with that? And then you could wear a neutral blouse with it. You could put a leopard print on it. It's a stage process. And the more you do something, the more you get positive affirmations, and the more that confidence slowly starts to build rather than going from 0 to 100, putting someone in the brightest, boldest outfit, and they're like, oh my God, there's no ways I can walk out like that. And it's a step-by-step process, and going, well, it doesn't have to be scary. Don't overthink it. I think that's the thing. People worry so much about, is this the right color for me? Is it going to work? Is it going to suit me? I go, forget it. Just wear the color. I listened to one of your podcasts, which was all about the sweaty Betty thing, wear the damn shorts, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And it's like that. It's just wear color. Trust me when I say it is impossible to have a bad day in a bold outfit. Just wear it. Just see how it feels. See the positive affirmations and you get from other people. And that's going to naturally boost your confidence and encourage you to experiment further and go for it.
I have two daughters, and they're always saying, well, my eldest one especially, she's always like, oh, I don't know, should I wear this now? Should I not wear this now? I'm like, what are you saving it for? Just wear it. You love it. You feel good in it. Put it on. Don't save it for like some special occasion. Now is the special occasion.
Absolutely. Make every day that special occasion. Only have clothes in your wardrobe
that you like.
That you love, that give you joy, right? I mean, I had
the
the other day, I was at a press event and they were like, oh, you can choose a free belt. I'm like, oh, I absolutely love belts. So I was like, oh, exciting. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go for this metallic pink belt. And a colleague was with me and she was like, oh, no, go for the red one. That's so you. And I was like, but I wear red all the time. I was like, metallic pink, that's going to inject some joy into my wardrobe every time I look at that. And that's, what it should be. Choose pieces where you go, oh, that's exciting. Oh, I'm going to love wearing that when I wear it. Even if it's just to the school run. You're going to feel good.
Yes.
And then slowly but surely your confidence rises with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does how we show up still matter?
It doesn't matter to anyone but you. It is such, and I think particularly for women in the midlife, it is such a powerful tool. It's the juggle is real.
Yeah.
You've got aging parents, you've got terrible teens, or at least I do. You're trying to hold your career together. You're trying to keep fit. You're trying to do all these amazing things to keep the dementia at bay or goodness knows what else. And along the way, you can very easily lose yourself in that. And with that goes your confidence. But if you invest in that, in your image, in, looking good, it kind of filters through to all the aspects of your life. It filters through to your work.
Yes.
It filters through to how you interact with your children. It also inspires them. My mom always made that effort. She didn't leave the house without her lipstick, even if it's not inspiring them at that point. Hopefully it's a legacy that you leave with them. When you feel good about yourself or in your own skin, your whole universe changes around you. And it doesn't mean every day is going to be a great day, right? But at least when it's a bad day, at least you're looking good, even if it is a bad day, right? And I think that's what's important. Do it for you, because it's going to help you keep all those balls in the air with style. And it's going to help you just enjoy life more.
I could not agree more. Like, I totally resonate with everything you're saying. I was in the beauty business for many, many, many years. And I always used to say to women, like, it's not just about putting the lipstick on. It's about what that lipstick, how it elevates you, how it elevates your mood. And it does elevate your mood. And a lot of people would see it as vacuous or silly or not important. But actually, the confidence and the difference that it can make on you as a person walking through that world is incredible. I used to see the women coming into my salon. I was a hairdresser. From when they walked in to when they walked out was completely different. Their stance was different. Their energy was different. They felt completely different about themselves just by getting their hair done.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, all that matters is you.
Yes.
And all you've got is you.
Yes.
And actually, if you invest in you, you are going to feel good. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks or what anyone else's view is or what you shouldn't be doing. You do you.
Yes.
The best way that you can, for as long as you can keep that going.
I think it's a real statement of self-worth and self-love to invest in yourself, whether it's a lovely lipstick, a beautiful outfit, a blow dry. I just think it really feeds into your overall self-esteem.
And self-respect.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's such a thing, I think in the UK particularly, there's this whole, oh, you're so vain. And it's such a negative connotation around that. And actually, it's positive to be vain. It doesn't mean you're self-obsessed and it's just me. It just means that you care enough about yourself to show up and invest in yourself each and every single day, irrespective of the world imploding around you. And I always think, can you imagine what the high street would look like, our universe would look like if every single person did that? We'd walk outside and we would just be surrounded by people who were radiating kindness, positivity, excitement, because they feel good about themselves, right?
Yeah. I love that. It puts such a goodness into the world. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a bit about your own journey and how you feel about aging. So for people who don't know Nicky, she presented 10 years younger for a long time, right? Mm-hmm. And then you were replaced by someone who was younger.
Yes.
Right. What does that do to your confidence, and how did that all pan out for you, and how did it make you feel?
Well, I still remember that day. I was told I was dropped. I think I have PTSD from that day, from that phone call.
Do you mind me asking, how old were you when that happened?
I was 38. So I wasn't exactly old.
Not exactly over the hill.
You were very young.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was 38. Yeah, I was 38 or 37, 38, round about there. And it was an amazing day. The sun was shining and I'd finally, despite having presented the show for so many years, I felt like I was only just tipping over that point of being successful. And I was in talks with a big pharmaceutical company to do my own skincare line, which was so exciting, right? Because I thought this is the dream, right? And I'd gone down to Surrey to meet a perfumery to talk about the scents for the skincare and things like that. Literally, I was just like, this is what it's all about.
Living the dream.
I finally arrived. I felt like, oh my God, I'm finally there. This is so amazing.
Yeah.
And I had an amazing meeting, chose these gorgeous scents. It was all very exciting. And then got in my car and was driving back up the highway. And my agent called. And I was like, hi, thinking, he's going to find out, how was your day? How did it go? What did they say? And he just said, you've been dropped.
And I just got goosebumps.
How I made it home, I have no idea. I just was like, when you just can't. I guess it's like someone telling you someone's died. I know this sounds dramatic, but it did feel like that.
Well, your life is suddenly
over,
pivoted.
It's just over.
Yeah.
There's one thing doing a series and it comes to an end and you move on to other projects. It's another thing being dropped, right?
Yeah.
You know what it's like. You get made redundant, you get fired. You've just got that tarnish against your name. Even though I didn't do anything wrong in the public, I had to live through it, the media, headlines around it. And then, of course, you then get replaced by someone else she is a bit younger than me. I mean, I'm not many years younger. And to be honest, that bit was irrelevant.
Yeah.
I really didn't care about that. I never felt like it was an age thing. It was just that they wanted someone more famous than me.
Well, they wanted to boost the ratings of the show. I guess.
Which I think they thought that would boost the ratings of the show, but actually had the opposite effect. But,
yay.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Well, people associated the show with you, and when it's not you, then it's
also,
not the same show.
It's not just about a face. I was an expert. So, so you just put a face in there, and it loses that kudos and that synergy of bringing... Expertise just wasn't there. Anyway, but that's irrelevant. And... So my whole life totally imploded. I just felt sick. I mean, the thought of having to look people in the face, knowing that everyone knew, was just so humiliating. And roll the clock forward. Went on to have my kids, and I just remember having to, it's like when you have kids, all of a sudden you get thrust in these NCT groups and make besties with everyone. And I was just so traumatized that people were I used my married name rather than my real name, but then people would recognize me and then they go, oh, aren't you, that person? And I just would be like, oh my God, they know I've been dropped.
Oh.
They've Googled I was just so paranoid about it, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I just hid. I think I just hid.
You were traumatized.
And I just focused on my styling business and bringing up my kids and convinced myself
it was enough.
This is enough. This is good. This is all great. It's lovely. And it was fine. I was ticking along, but then COVID happened, and all my styling business just evaporated overnight because I worked with lots of corporates and organized lots of events and was training people and all of that, and that just disappeared. And so there you are, with time, and I was turning 50, and I was like, okay, what do I want?
You were doing the styling business and racing for quite a long time.
Yeah. I'd always had my styling business. So I started that in 2001, and then I just, carried on doing that all the way through. And then COVID hit, and everything just vanished again. I mean, it was just like living through that implosion again. And I was just left with nothing, and a lot of time to think about things, turning 50. And I just thought, what do I want the next 50 years to look like? What really matters? And actually it got to the point where I realized that actually what I love and what gives me joy is actually being out there, styling people, hosting events, hosting TV programs, doing all of that. That's what I'm meant to do in life. And here I am hiding in a really safe place, bringing up my kids and doing all of that. Absolutely fine. But that's not really what gives me joy. That's not really what gets me out of bed in the morning. And I made a pact then of like, right, I'm now going to reinvent myself. I'm going to put myself back out there and, get back on TV and achieve my dream again. Made my vision board and did all of that. And, it's taken 4 years of relentless slog, pushing myself, getting rejected. I mean, no one wanted to know me, right? Everyone was like, oh yeah, whatever. No one would see me. No one would talk to me. It was just really difficult. And I just thought, actually, all I've got is me. All I've got is, I can't, I don't have 1 million Instagram followers or, socials, but what I do have is an expertise. So I've just got to show up every day, and I've just got to start styling people and doing makeovers and showing and just putting my talent out there. Do
what you do.
Do what I do. Just do what I do and keep at it, Nikki. Just day in, day out. And then the book came along, and I thought, okay, great. This is a brilliant vehicle for me to, get back out there in the press. But obviously I know it sounds ridiculous, but the emotional roller coaster I went through on this book.
Oh, we know. We've done it.
We No.
But I had to confront all those demons. I had to confront that PTSD. I knew the first article that went out was going to be all about the 10 years younger thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to have to live through that. And part of me didn't want to go there. It's just like, I'm safe. It's all good. I don't want to put myself out there and expose myself
And also because you'd moved on from it and you'd done the work and you were finally free of it and free of that shame or whatever it left, the residue that it left for you. And then there you are stepping back into that world, having to revisit all of that stuff, because the press don't forget. You might forget and you might move on, but they don't, right? Because it's an interesting story.
Well, it's a hook, isn't it?
Yeah. And we had, the publicist says, I've got you exclusive with You Magazine to launch the book. And I was
Amazing.
like, great, brilliant. And the article was it was okay, but it had all the old pictures from 10 years younger time. And it just kept me in that space. And the whole point of this book is moving forward.
You're elevating,
being bold. It had no pictures from the book. It was just all these terrible pictures from 25 years ago. And all about the whole 10 years younger, all about the whole drop and it's been swapped out and all of this. And I just remember just sobbing that day, just going, God, but I just thought, this is it now. I've done it. We've got it in the press. Yeah. The Daily Mail's picked it up. They've trashed me. They've said all the things they need to say. Now I can close that door and move on. There's really nothing more to talk about. Everyone knows. Everyone can talk about it. And now I can close that chapter.
Yes. It's like you faced your worst fears.
Yeah. It's just like we're done.
There's something quite freeing about that, though, isn't there? When you actually face that fear that is dragging you down. You're like, I did it and I survived. I'm okay.
Yeah. I'm still standing,
still
wearing the lipstick, and I'm still showing up.
Still
and you know what? It doesn't. I've just realized that people can shut doors in your face. They can reject you. They can treat you badly. They can do all of that. But what they can't do is take away from you from showing up. And I'm sure I'm really annoying for a lot of people in the media because they're like, why is she still around? Why am I still hearing her voice? Why is she still doing something? I thought we'd literally crushed her so much that she would just disappear, right? And I always think of the words of that poem by Invictus that, at the end of the day, you are the master of your destiny. You are the master of your soul. No one can take that away from you. And all you have to do is get up and show up and keep on repeat each and every day, even when there is no door opening, nothing happening, and just keep doing that and keep plugging away. And hopefully you get there. And hopefully, I'm not there yet, so I can't say that it's done and dusted, but that's all I have.
Some execs want Gen AI everywhere. Others think it's basically a shredder for intellectual property. And your people? Yeah, they're already using it. Okay, picture this. Someone pastes the Q4 strategy doc and client list into a free AI tool and it's no longer yours. Harmonic Security warns people before they paste in sensitive data, so you can say yes to Gen AI and still protect what matters most. Visit harmonic.security before your crown jewels end up in a chatbot.
Don't miss a special offer on November 19th from Botox Cosmetic Anabotulinum Toxin A, the one and only product of its kind FDA approved for over 20 years. Buy one $50 gift card and get one free while supplies last. Terms and conditions apply. For prescribing information and box warning, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Well, you're here with a brand new beautiful book, because we had a flick through before we started recording. You have a segment on this morning, don't you?
Yeah.
So, I mean, to anyone else, like an outsider point of view, I know that we all live with this imposter syndrome, whatever you want to call it, or that it's never enough, or we're never at the place that we want to get to. But I think people looking from an outside see a very different version of how you are viewing your own success. And I think people would say the same about us, right? We're always looking to elevate to the next stage, and whatever stage we get to, we never want to sit still. We're always wanting to push forward, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we never feel like we're there.
It's absolutely. And I think since I've been on this process, I'm like, right, every little step, I'm going to celebrate with a glass of champagne, because it's very easy to just go.
We did a chapter in our book on that, self-celebration.
Because otherwise you go, oh, great, I've achieved that, I've got the series tick.
And
then you just move on. Right, now I've got to be doing
When's
this and
the next
that.
series?
What's the next series? And then you go, oh, what if that, and you just never really enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
And actually, talking about You magazine, so that piece wasn't great. But then a few weeks ago, they said, they called me up and they said, oh, we'd love to have you in and do a takeover of our Ageless Style column.
That's
do
amazing.
4 makeovers. And that came out yesterday.
Nice.
Congratulations.
And it was amazing.
There you go.
Right. It was just it was just all about what I'm about. Beautiful
Finally.
makeovers on women ranging from 50 to 80. And it was a really proud moment. I thought, right, Sunday night, I'm going to have that glass of champagne because I've got to celebrate this moment.
But it's a full circle moment, isn't it? Because you'd gone through all of the trash talk. You'd gone through all of the trauma, all of the shame, all of it. And then suddenly and the only reason that you are having this spread in You magazine is because of you.
Well, because you're very tenacious, clearly.
Yeah, it's just not giving up and just not believing what other people are saying about you.
But you make it sound very effortless, but that's not an easy thing to do. No. To get up every morning and go, I'm just going to try again. I'm going to try again. That's hard.
It's so hard. I mean, only a few weeks ago, I was on Island AM in the morning, and that whole weekend, I was just trolled on Instagram, like horrendously.
For what?
And I couldn't understand it. I was like, why am I being trolled? Surely not the Island AM little chat about my book would have, triggered this. And by Sunday, I was broken. And I called a friend going, I just can't do this anymore. What is the point? I just need to walk away. It's just awful.
Toxic.
And she said, no, it's not. Some guy in the States has done a roasting video on one of the 10 years younger episodes from 25 years ago, which is this terrible episode that keeps going viral and resurfacing. And oh my God. And everyone's jumped on that and then come to my profile and said, oh, you look rubbish. Once a rubbish stylist, always a rubbish stylist. You're pathetic. Literally, you don't deserve to be alive. You should be dead. Someone needs to shoot. I mean, it literally just went on.
Oh my God.
So by Sunday night, I was just broken. And this friend of mine said, it's just, this is all it is.
It's trolls.
It's just these trolls based on this video. It will pass. You've had it for 2 days. It's gone. Go to bed, wake up tomorrow. Yeah. and that's all I do.
That's good advice. Good advice.
But I think that's the secret, is just having those people. And it doesn't have to be many. It could be 2 or 3 people in your corner that you can phone on those moments of like, I just can't do this anymore. And I have so many of those.
And you know what? You shouldn't have to.
No, exactly. But it's just life, isn't it? It's so sad.
It is, but what I think is amazing is that you've turned all of this into such a
driving force for you.
Yeah. And to become such a positive role model for other women who might be in a similar position for very different reasons, and saying, you know what, I have risen, I have gone through it. People are still trying to put their foot on my head and push me down. And no, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not accepting it. I want better for myself and I deserve better. And I love that. I find it so inspiring, don't you?
And I think also, when I did 10 years younger, I think I was 31 or 32 when I did it. And everyone was
so
like,
young.
What do you know about getting older? And the point is, I didn't know anything, right? I was an expert stylist and a presenter, but actually I didn't really think about wrinkles at that point. I didn't really know, what it would be like to have your face go south and then think, well, actually, do I need some intervention or whatever? But now that I'm in my 50s, I feel like I can say to people, like, we're the same age. I know what it's like, and I know that you can also look good in your 50s. So don't look down. You can't look down on me anymore and go, well, what do you know? You're so young. It's like, well, no, I'm with you, darling. We're the same. In fact, I'm older than you. And trust me, if you do this and this and this, you will look great. and I think I feel so much more empowered now because I've got that age.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful being older. It's not a negative, it's a positive. I think you asked me, how do I feel about getting older? I feel great.
Good.
I just hope I can keep my mind
as busy as your body.
Well, I just hope I can keep my mom has really bad dementia, and that scares me more than getting older. It's just if I can age with health and vitality, I want to keep going and looking amazing into my 80s. That's the thing I worry about. I don't worry about wrinkles and all of that kind of stuff. It's just irrelevant. You've got clothes. Doesn't matter. If you dress well, you can do anything.
Let's talk about clothes and fashion. We can't have you on here and not discuss it. So we had another lady write into 40ish. She said, I'm going to read you a bit of her question to get a vibe of where she's at. Okay. I'm 46. My wardrobe looks like I'm having a midlife identity crisis. Maybe I am. Half of it looks like it belongs to my teenage daughter. Crop tops, bubble jeans, Adidas trainers. The other half basically belongs to my mum. Cardigans and sensible shoes and loafers. But not the trendy type and good trousers, she says in inverted commas. When I stand there in the morning, I feel like I'm choosing between a nightclub or the church coffee morning, and I don't want to do either. So I end up in a jeans and a vest or gym gear, and I don't even go to the gym. It's not me, it's boring, I'm in a hole. How am I supposed to look cool? Am I too old to look cool? How do I express myself and be age appropriate? And do I want this for myself?
Okay, she needs my book, and she needs to go through my 12-week program. Yeah, that is a wardrobe of confusion.
Yes, it does sound like
I think it's reflecting identity crisis, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think she needs to take a step back from her wardrobe and actually forget everything in her wardrobe and think about, how do I want to look for the next 10 years? What style do I really want to achieve? Don't worry about your age, or is that too trendy, or is that too old? Or just think about actually what style, how do I want to look?
Yeah.
And then, get inspiration from whether it's online or magazines or whatever, what kind of look would I like to be able to turn up in day out? What is my style? How would I love someone to describe the way I dress, right?
Yeah. How do you embrace a trend, like what is going on, without looking like you've gone, I don't have any teenage daughters, but like you've gone into your teenage daughter's wardrobe? What's the line? Is there a line?
Sometimes I am in my teenage daughter's wardrobe.
Yeah, I think,
we do borrow clothes from each other.
Great.
I mean, not like their mini skirts and stuff, but I often find my tops in their wardrobes and vice versa, and that's not good.
I don't think there's a line. I don't think there is a line. I think what's important is defining what style you want to have and executing that. And if that includes some high-trained items and some of your teenage daughters, it doesn't matter, because it's all about executing a purpose, a vision that connects with who you are and what look you want to project. I think that is what's important. How do you want to dress? How do you want to look? And then stick with that. The problem with trends is that people jump on bandwagons. They see something on Instagram and they go, oh my God, I love that. I'm just going to buy that now. And then they end up with a wardrobe of stuff, and they don't have a wardrobe of outfits. That, and that's a lot of outfit building I talk about in the book, is that we've got clothes in our wardrobe. We're just not putting them together in a sort of cohesive way that creates a look. You're just throwing on bits of that, and they go, oh God, I've got this and I've got that, I'll just chuck this on. And actually, if you take a bit of time, blend those two pieces of her wardrobe together, get them on a rail, maybe take 5 pieces from each section, put it on a rail, mix and match them together, and see if you can create any looks that actually feel that they're pulling together both aspects of her life. So maybe the good trousers would look great with some cool trainers from her other wordrobe, and maybe a crop top and a bomber jacket. Maybe that's kind of her vibe, a bit of athleisure with some good tailored pieces. But I think when we're younger, we spend time playing, don't we? And when we get older, we just got
play dress up.
Try things on. Go, oh, is this right?
I still play dress up. So do you. We often come in with a huge earring or something. We do both still do that, I think.
But I mean, like playing, spending half an hour on a weekend, getting stuff out of your wardrobe and just experimenting, putting different bits and pieces together, just mixing things up a little bit. That's how you get to that look of like, this is fabulous. I love this. Take a photo, put it in your wardrobe. You've got that as a reference point. So going back to her question, I think define how you want to look.
Yeah.
Get an image in your head. What are those pieces that create that look, that vision? Is it athleisure type pieces? Is it sporty? Is it tailored? Is it, what else? whatever trend or whatever type of vibe you want to go for.
How would you describe your look?
I love tailoring. So it's definitely tailored with a big splash of color. So for me, that really works. I've always got pieces that generally tend to be tailored. I don't do very well in the surfy, boho, relaxed vibe. Just doesn't work for me at all. Doesn't make me feel good.
Interesting.
And I think
it's about what makes you feel good.
It makes you feel good.
It feels confident.
Yeah. And then you can execute easily. Yeah. It's not fussy. Then it's not right. It's almost like when you're dating someone and you've got to work so hard and question everything you say. And is that the right message? Is that? And then you meet someone, you go, oh yeah, hi. And they're like, hi. And you're like, wow, that's easy. Yeah. It's a bit like that with the way you dress. It needs to feel like it represents who you are. And it doesn't feel like her wardrobe's got that middle ground that actually represents who she really is now. Yes. And it sounds like it might be a synergy of those two pieces, but that takes a bit of time and effort to organize, or get an expert stylist like me to come in and do it for you. If you're not sure, sometimes you need an expert, right?
To come into my wardrobe. I'm also terrified.
What's the biggest fashion mistake that women over 50 can make?
Do you know what I think is the biggest fashion mistake?
Yes,
it's not making any mistakes. We play it so safe and we are so worried about making mistakes and what other people are going to think or do, or is it right or wrong. So we do nothing. We play middle ground, boring ground, and we look average.
People are very conservative in their dressing, and I always notice, like, if I wear a red top or like a red lip or like something, just not like a big outfit, but like just one thing, people will go like, oh, I could never wear that. It's like, what are you talking about? It's a pair of earrings. Like, it's not... Nothing's going to change.
The world is not going to freeze over. I mean, that's really what's so ridiculous, isn't it?
But you and I aren't conservative dressers. We never have been.
I feel like I'm slightly more conservative than you, as in you will mix a print much more than I would. You will like go there. You would do like, we both agree leopard is a neutral. Do you agree with that?
100%.
Okay, great. I'm happy about that. But you would do like a leopard and a hot pink.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Or you do like a dress and you completely clash the shoes, where I would match them. Yeah.
But you're not conservative.
Yeah, but you're not matching like you're wearing a black dress with black shoes, right? You would wear a red dress with red shoes.
I'm not wearing a nude pump. Okay.
If you were wearing a black dress with black shoes, she would have like a
big gold bangle, or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something. Yeah.
So so that's what I think is actually the mistake is not doing anything, is not taking risks. The more we take risks in the midlife with what we wear, the better we feel, the better we look, and
it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
I used to say this to my clients, but in a hair sense. Yeah. They'd be like, oh, no, I can't change my hair. I haven't changed it for years. It's, well, if you haven't changed your hair for years, it's time. There's a reason you haven't changed your hair for years and you're overdue. I always found, and do you find this with clothes, like my clients would get stuck in a time zone. So like when they felt at their best.
Absolutely.
So let's say it was like the early 90s. It's like, well, your hair is still reflecting that time, but you're not in that time anymore. You've aged, fashions have changed, like you need to update yourself. And I think women can get stuck.
But it's hard because your body changes and how you feel about yourself changes. And I was like, I would say at my peak, I was very much like a denim and black girl. That was like my thing, and lots of silver. But the shape of what I wore and how I wore it, I obviously can't wear that now. And I think if you are changing, or you feel like you're changing, or you are changing in weight, in shape, in everything, that's tricky for women, because you want to feel great and you want to feel at your best, but you don't look like you used to look.
I don't buy that at all. When you just said, when I was at my peak, well, what does that mean? That's like then saying it's all downhill from that point. That's a road to nowhere. No, but that is a road to nowhere. Like, I could say I'm at my peak now. Or I was
maybe you are, but maybe you are at your peak now.
10 years ago. But no, I don't want to be at my peak. Like,
I want to keep peaking. Like, this is yes. My peak is when the day I die.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Because then I want to keep going
I love
upwards.
That for
us. We love that for us.
You don't want to be, you want to peak at that time, that point in your life, you felt great then, but why wouldn't you peak again at another time in your life when it's different and your body shapes change, but you tweak things, you adjust what you wear, but in a new way, you feel amazing doing that.
Well, I mean, I haven't given up and put myself in a potato sack, but I do feel like I feel like, I feel like, I don't know if this is the right word, but I want to be appropriate in inverted commas. Like there are things
Oh
I
my
would
God,
not
that's
wear.
so dull.
But there are things I would not wear
of course.
anymore.
I'm not going to wear.
I want to hear Nicky's response to you being appropriate.
The word appropriate just sounds really boring.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe
but,
I am.
You know, what is appropriate?
You're not.
I'm not going to walk around in hot pants and do a big squat with my mobile phone behind me, you know, and post it on Instagram. That would I kind of feel like my kids would be like, Mom, that's not so cool.
My kids would not be down with that.
And if Lauren did do that,
so that's when I think of appropriate.
Be worried.
Would my kids cringe at that? Yeah, they would. So I'm not going to be doing that.
I would cringe at that.
But am I going to wear things that make me feel sexy and sassy and fabulous? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Is there a cut-off point for a miniskirt?
No,
never.
Because it all depends on your legs. I mean, my God, some people have them. Well, what do you mean by mini? I just don't like it when we say I don't like putting boundaries around things because it's limiting.
I love a boundary, Nicky. Okay, all right. I love a rule and a boundary.
I just think rules and boundaries just stop us doing things.
Yes.
And actually, if you feel good in if one particular miniskirt makes you feel good, wear it. Another one may not. So don't wear that one.
Yeah.
But wear the one that makes you feel great.
Yeah.
You know, I've never had amazing legs. They're toned and they, you know, slim, but the actual shape has never been brilliant. And so I never wore shorts that were, always up to my knee my whole life. And then I turned 50 and I just thought, I'm just going to try on a pair of denim cutoffs. And I put them on and I was like, actually, when you get to your 50s, most people's legs aren't that great anyway. Yeah. So mine actually look correspondingly brilliant. And I just
that I like.
love it. I just wear the short. It's just like, well,
what are we waiting for?
Why are we waiting? What's going to happen? What is going to happen? I won't do anything that is going to embarrass my children. Well, obviously I embarrass them all the time because my existence embarasses them. But I mean, it's not going to be
being
like
alive embarrassing them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Humiliate them maybe intentionally. But other than that, nothing's off limits.
Everything's up for grabs.
Everything's up for grabs. And it's how it makes, but if you put it on, you go, you know what, actually, there's no ways I'm going to feel confident wearing this. It's too much flesh on show. Yeah, don't do it. I've, moved on from, I love a bikini and I've moved on to a full swimsuit because I've just I just don't feel 100% comfortable. I want to be able to relax and not worry about what's going on there. But I make sure my swimsuits are super sexy and actually probably more sexy than the bikini I ever wore. So it doesn't feel like it's a compromise.
Yeah.
So nothing's off limits. I think you've got to push those boundaries. You've got to challenge yourself. You've got to question, why are you stopping yourself from doing that? Is it because when you put it on, you don't feel good in it? Absolutely. That makes sense. But if it's just because you think, oh, well, I'm too old for that, or no, that's definitely not what a 50-year-old should be wearing, then I would say no.
For people that want your book, remind them of what it's called, where they can get it, and how they can find out more about your work. Plug yourself.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. My new book is Bolder, Not Older. The title says everything that's the book's about. It's basically 12 weeks to go from dull to dazzling. It's a 12-week program that is going to enable you to transform your style because it's sometimes hard, as we've talked about, to just go from A to Z. It's a process. So this book will take you through that process, and I guarantee you will definitely be feeling more confident, more bold, more fabulous by the end of it. It's available, Amazon, Waterstones, wherever you get your books. You can order it online or from a bookshop. Follow me on Instagram at Nicky Hambleton Jones, and website is Nicky Hambleton Jones as well. So yeah, just with the BLE. The problem is my name's so long and awkward. Everyone spells it wrong, but Hambleton Jones. Yes. So
thank you so much for coming into the club. I have loved this.
Great show.
It has been a great show. Yeah. Oh, we've got one more question that we always ask all of our guests.
Yeah.
What do you do for your own self-care?
Exercise, I think, is my biggest self-care thing. I weight train and I row, and I also read a lot.
She's like a mashup of you and me.
Yeah.
Wow.
She is. You are.
Wow.
That's why you're at the club.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Love it. Thank you for having me. I've so enjoyed this. My first in-person podcast, and what fun.
Well, we're happy that it was with us.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for being here. We've loved it.
Thank you, ladies.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, No big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan. $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Looking for a simple way to thank your clients or recognize employees for a job well done? A Starbucks card is more than a gift. It's a pick-me-up, a break in their day, and a reminder that you appreciate them. Whether you're shopping for digital or physical cards in bulk, Starbucks cards are the perfect gift to brighten anyone's day. Share the joy of coffee and connection when you give the gift of Starbucks. Shop Starbucks cards in bulk now at starbuckscardb2b.com.